Allez, on est parti pour un peu de Wasteland. Wasteland. C'est totale découverte. Wasteland 2. Alors, j'étais en train de créer mon perso. Je vais lui mettre un casque. Ouais, celui-là, ça va être drôle. Confirmer. Ça, j'ai un peu commencé. Pas de travers. Plus on a tous les attributs lors des niveaux perdre, ça. Il y a des trucs maniaques au niveau aussi. C'est parce que c'est les bibelots. On ne peut pas s'équiper de bibelots. Non, mais je suis pas un je suis un connard à la limite. Ah, son ordinateur. Qui tire. Portrait. Mettre. C'est raccord avec le portrait. La veste. Tout, tout. Paquetage. C'est bon, la taille. Là. Religion. Bon. Là, c'est bon. Toi. Alors. Arme de poing. Réparateur de grippe. Et un explosif, tiens. Hein. Histoire chanceuse. Force. On va te réduire un peu. Rapidité, on va t'augmenter. Intelligence. Charisme. Par contre, tu seras faible. Coordination. être... Vous avez grandi dans une ferme et appris à vous occuper des animaux, vous les traitiez avec soin, compassion et les gardiez en bonne santé. Ils vous apportaient leur joie de vivre en retour. La vie était belle. Euh, je peux le masquer. Non, mais si je peux pas mettre... autre chose. Pop, pop, pop. Sont mes ma liste de pseudos. Ramac. 3 pas de chance. Ça sera pour un. Trop con. Pas de crise. Ah, peut-être que. Ah, plus de points d'action. Non, je préfère. Mais super intelligent. Méga fort. Alors, toi, ça sera le corps à corps. Les armes contendantes. aussi. Chirurgien. Voilà, plus vieille que les autres. Je fais pas européenne. Alors, cheveux, c'est chapeau. On peut pas changer la couleur des cheveux. Hmm. Connaissance, crochetage, désarmement des armes. Je vais quand même. Coordination. Perception. Charisme, on s'en fout. vous avez une expérience des terres désolées ou des endroits similaires, et si vous avez du canon à maison pointé sur l'ennemi, ce réglage pour. Je vais prendre un guerrier. Je peux pas me permettre d'être un salaud suprême encore. Pour triompher, le mal n'a besoin que de une action des gens de bien.
What comes after the end? I don't know. Neither did they. They were just an army engineer battalion, constructing roads and bridges deep in the middle of the Arizona nowhere. They didn't know why Armageddon had come. They'd heard radio chatter about an attack on some space-based missile platform. But who had attacked it, or why? No one knew. What they did know is that the politicians and the generals had finally ended the world. Now, everything was gone. They took over a federal prison for a fort, kicked out the convicts, got busy starting from scratch. Maybe it was an act of mercy. Maybe they figured that the prisoners would die out in the harsh new world. Whichever, it came back to bite the engineers in the ass. Cultists, criminals, cannibals. They've been living with the fallout ever since. Good people had survived too, called for help in the night. And those engineers, those common soldiers, could not stand by and see them die. So they came out of their fort, and they helped the survivors defend their homes. And for that, they earned a new name, a proud name, the Desert Rangers. Now, Rangers, I know at times it seems our cause is hopeless. And I know it's hard to say goodbye to a brother in arms. But I want you to know something else. That no Ranger who dies in the line of duty will ever be forgotten. Nor will he have ever died in vain or unavenged. Thank you, recruits.
Un homme d'âge mûr, raide et barbu, vêtu d'un uniforme usé et coiffé d'un vieux chapeau de cow-boy, qui en a manifestement beaucoup vu. Le général Vargas s'appuie sur une canne, mais il n'est pas infirme. Un revolver à la crosse nacrée lui pend au côté, et une impressionnante série d'encoches en orne le barillet.
I appreciate you coming to Captain Ace's retirement party when you hardly knew the man. Appropriate, too, seeing as how investigating his death will be your first duty as a Desert Ranger.
J'apprécie que vous soyez venu au pot de départ du capitaine Ace, alors que vous le connaissiez à peine. Et je dois dire que ça tombe plutôt bien, vu que l'enquête sur les circonstances de sa mort constituera votre première tâche en tant que ranger du désert. Ok.
We'll talk about that when you get back.
Nous en parlerons quand vous serez de retour. Ça marche.
We'll talk about that when you get back.
Are you walking away from me, recruits? I'm not done talking. Stop right there and listen up.
Ah.
Much better. Now your mission is this. Search the area where Ace's body was found and do your best to recover his logbook and the repeater units. Then radio in your report. If the repeaters are in good working order, I may send you on to finish his mission. I know you're going to be tempted to hunt for Ace's murderers along the way, and if you find them, good. But your priority, however, is finding that signal. Vengeance for Ace's death is not as important as assessing this threat to our security. Ace had been trying to locate a faint radio signal, which has lately been giving us cause for concern. We gave him 3 repeater units and sent him to hook them up to 3 remote radio towers. This would have allowed us to get a fix on the signal, but sadly Ace was murdered by unknown assailants right after hooking up the first tower, and his logbook and the last 2 repeater units were stolen. Yeah, I know. You've hardly found your feet with us, and here I am sending you on a mission that already got 1 ranger killed. Well, I wish I had another option, but the Desert Rangers are spread a little thin right now. Ranger teams Abel and Charlie are out west trying to stop a range war out there from becoming straight-up genocide. And Team Baker is up north looking for a way through the radiation that's cut us off from Vegas. I'm afraid the next generation is going to have to lead the charge on this one. It's about a day's walk east from here. I'll mark it on your map. There you go. Don't know, but it wasn't on Ace's person when he was found. Look for it. It might have some clues as to his death. When you get back to the Citadel, talk to our radio expert, Wade Woodson, if you want to know more about the technical details. All I know is the repeaters will upgrade the towers and allow us to zero in on the mystery signal. The voice on those broadcasts disturbed me greatly. It talked crazy talk about a future where man and machine would be one. Worse, it talked about us, the Desert Rangers specifically. It said it was coming for us. I'll give you the locations of the towers once you have the repeaters in hand. More important to find. The mission is this. Search the area where Ace's body was found and do your best to recover his logbook and the repeater units. Then call in your report. If you find Ace's death must be avenged, and it will be. But finding the signal he died trying to track down is just as important. Besides, I got the sneaking suspicion that when you find the one, you'll find the other. Yes, call in on your radio. Your radio is your lifeline to Ranger Citadel. We'll be calling you with alerts and updates on your current missions and sending you new missions when we receive distress calls. As Rangers, it is your sworn duty to respond to those calls. That is the contract we made with the people of Arizona when we opened for business. Once you prove yourself, the Citadel will be your new home. Consider this mission the final test of your training. If you succeed, you are welcome within our walls. If you fail, then you aren't cut out to be a Desert Ranger, and we won't let you in. The hard-ass approach, huh? Well,
Well, you might get what you want from some folks in the Waste through intimidation, but it doesn't always work, particularly with old hard asses like myself. You want to kick down our doors? Go ahead, give it a try. But I ain't pissing myself just because you growled at me. Good luck out there, recruits.
Trouver de nombreux objets dans le désert et certains pourront être utilisés en jeu. Pour les utiliser, vous pouvez soit ouvrir votre inventaire, faire un clic droit sur l'objet sélectionné et utiliser le signalateur d'objet rapide. Ouais. Capitaine Christopher. Une vieille femme aimable portant une combinaison de ranger standard. Elle a l'air occupée à compter les marchandises et à organiser les caisses. À part les vêtements, elle est le portrait craché de la grand-mère aimante. Vous décelez l'odeur du biscuit tout juste sorti du four. Bienvenue recrue. Les articles divers de Solveig, heureux de faire des affaires avec vous. C'est un honneur de vous rencontrer. C'est toujours bon de voir de nouvelles têtes par ici. Un plaisir de faire en sorte qu'elles disposent de tout ce dont elles ont besoin avant d'aller à l'aventure. Elle est super intéressante. J'ai grandi dans un village près d'ici, mais j'étais déjà doublement grand-mère quand les rangers du désert sont venus emménager à la citadelle. J'ai vu le bon boulot que faisaient les rangers et comme je n'avais pas grand-chose à faire maintenant que mes enfants étaient partis dans d'autres villages pour y fonder leur propre famille, ce n'est pas très courant pour une vieille dame de passer par l'entraînement élémentaire, mais je me suis bougé et j'ai gagné mon étoile. Je ne suis peut-être pas très utile sur le champ de bataille, mais j'ai beaucoup d'expérience s'il s'agit de garder des personnes bien nourries et bien habillées, et je peux me servir d'une perceuse comme personne, donc le général Vargas m'a demandé d'aider le sergent Melson à la réserve, et j'aide le capitaine Capitaine à l'atelier de temps à autre. Et bien avec les ressources essentielles aussi difficiles à trouver, je ne peux pas franchement les distribuer gratuitement, croyez-moi. J'aimerais bien, mais gardons près que possible du coup du produit pour nos rangers. Vous pouvez passer récupérer du matériel de base chaque fois que vous passez dans le coin et quand vous serez autorisé à entrer dans la citadelle, vous aurez accès à certains de nos meilleurs équipements. On devrait parler de ça avec le sergent Malson quand vous serez à l'intérieur.
1. Mind picking up that can over there for me? Think there's some water in there. Did you actually think I was serious about wanting that can? I just wanted the goat to hit you in the ass.
God damn it, Ace. You never should have put down the wrench and picked up the gun. Sorry about the waterworks. I'm still pretty broke up over Ace. I'm Angie. You kids must be the new recruits old Vargas trained up. Lord, y'all just babies.
They all hurt, but this one... Ace wasn't even a ranger. Not at first. He worked as a driver and mechanic for Farron Brygo up in Vegas. When Base Cochise started sending its death machines into the desert, Brygo sent Ace south to recruit robot fighters. We met him in quartz. He pissed somebody off out there and they locked him up. We sorted that out, and he started running with us, helping us fight Cochise. Never stopped. Vargas eventually gave him the uniform and the hat, but I don't think he ever formally signed on. He was just always there. And now he's... God damn it, Ace. I knew this one was trouble. I knew it. He was working on the same thing Vargas has you working on. Trying to track down radio signals from beyond the edges of the map. All seemed a bit boring and scientific to me. Then Ace started saying he thought someone was following him. I asked him to let me come with him when I met him at Rail Nomads to give him the repeater units. But he told me to go back to base. He said it was just jumping at shadows because those radio broadcasts had spooked him. I should have gone with him. Why didn't I go with him? Could be a nice little place if the Atchisons and Topekans would kiss and make up. I can't even remember what it's all about. But between them, they got enough old railroad tech that if they worked together, they could give this area a real transportation system. Instead, seems like all they want to do is blow each other's heads off. Idiots. I don't really know the details. It's all a bunch of mumbo-jumbo about transmitters and north-south axis and signals bouncing off the clouds. Ask Woodson about it. He's our radio genius. Ace played me some of them before he died. Hard to make out a lot of it, but what I heard made my hair stand on end. Some guy talking about turning men into machines. Or machines into men or some shit. But the crazy thing was, then he starts talking about us, the Rangers. Saying we're the cause of all the trouble in the world, and we need to be wiped out so his glorious future can be born. I mean, who is this guy? Where is he? What the fuck does he have against us? Sorry, but you are. As cute as little kittens. Y'all remind me of us. Snake, Razor, Thrasher, and me. Back when we were just starting out. Thinking we were gonna save the world for the future. Thinking none of it. Christ, sorry. Don't listen to me. Youth is good. Optimism is good. If we all started out worn out and jaded like me, nobody'd ever try to change the world. So you kids go ahead and give it a go. Better than you'd like. Back in the day, the General was the craziest of us all. But somehow, after he brought down Base Cochise, he became the sanest. Now he's running the whole show and doing a damn fine job. While I'm still walking patrols and answering radio calls. Shows you how much ambition I got, huh? Man, not sure I can recall. Haven't been out that way in ages. Don't even know if it's still on the map. Ask Thrasher, he'd know. Radio technician Wade Woodson? Sure do. He's the guy that makes sure you can hear Vargas when you're out on patrol. Keeps the machines running and the signal clear. They'll also talk your ear off about circuits and frequencies and I don't know what else if you let him. But be nice to him. He's your lifeline to the base. Well, like I said, he was one wild-ass son of a bitch back in the day. But I think the weight of his responsibilities has kind of squashed that out of him now. He hasn't been in a decent bar fight in, shit, a decade maybe? He's another one gone. Went out for a patrol a few weeks back and never came home. Don't know if he's dead or AWOL or gone off to join the Scorpions. All anybody knows is he hasn't called in and we haven't heard from him. I miss old Hellraiser like blazes. Didn't talk much. Didn't make friends easy. Wasn't big on social graces. But he was as loyal as they come. And when the shit started flying, he was the guy you wanted at your back. He didn't win that name by accident. Sharp as a razor. Scary as hell. You better call him Gilbert now. Funny, back in the day, he just seemed like this big old growly bear. Strong as an ox and just about as articulate. But then he got all torn up during our fight with the robots from Base Cochise. And he couldn't go out on patrol no more. Any other commander would have handed him his walking papers. But Vargas doesn't dump old friends. So he started him working in the museum. And once you know it, turns out the old bear has a knack for cartography. He's been gradually mapping our little corner of the Wasteland ever since. Who'd have thunk it? An old military facility from before the war. And the biggest fight the Rangers ever had. There was some crazy computer in there that kept spitting out robots and sending them off to kill people. We had one hell of a fight putting it down. Earned our stripes that day. Literally. That's when I became Captain Death. You weren't briefed on those fucks during your training? Well, let me fill you in. You know when we left the prison and moved here to the Citadel? Well, the Scorpions were the jerks who moved into the prison when we moved out. Just a bunch of Rangers back then, but they've been getting more organized. Call themselves a militia now, and they try to act like they're the Desert Rangers of Eastern Arizona. Well, that's a load of horse shit. The protection racket ain't the same as protecting people. They shake down all their towns for money, and if the locals don't kick in, they smash them up. The Rangers aren't like that. We get by on donations and good old-fashioned scavenging. Yeah, the Base Cochise AI. Don't know what was wrong with it. Broken, I guess. It thought everybody was its enemy. Wanted to kill the whole planet. Basically everything between the prison and the radiation clouds to the east. There are a few small towns and farms out there, which the Scorpions claim is their territory. Rangers used to patrol that area before we moved here, and we knew it pretty well. But a lot can change in 15 years. Who knows? Maybe it's all as clean and nice and crime-free as the Scorpions say it is. But I've got my doubts. The edges of the map, kiddies. Big hot areas we can't get into without getting cooked to a crisp. The clouds move around some with the wind and the weather, but there are permanent hot spots on every side of us. North, south, east, and west. Until we started hearing those weird broadcasts, I kind of thought those clouds went on forever, and that Arizona was the last place on Earth. But maybe there's more people out there. Maybe the whole rest of the world's just fine, and we're the only ones in hell.
Say, listen. Vargas asked you to look into Ace's death because he thought I was too upset to be professional about it. He didn't want me going off half-cocked and shooting up all of Arizona looking for his killer. But I'd gotta find this guy. Ace and me, well, we've been fighting side by side for nigh on 20 years. I'm not letting him die unavenged. So, well, I know it's going against orders, but if you let me tag along and be in at the kill, well, I'll help you find your feet out there. Maybe give you a few pointers along the way. I may be old and slow, but I know the wastes like the back of my hand. What do you say? Cool. No need to tell Vargas why I joined you. If anybody asks, I'm just helping you get oriented, all right?
Petit fusil snipe. Compagnon, quand tu voyages, il est possible que quand il y a des personnages souhaitant rejoindre votre escouade, votre compagnon peut être contrôlé, personnalisé de la même manière que les recrues qui vous accompagnent depuis le début du jeu, mais sont leur propre personnalité et leur propre carac. Ok. Ferraille. La ferraille est le monnaie utilisée. Ok. Ça, j'ai compris.
Team Echo, this is Ranger Command. Come in. Roger, Echo 1. Just making sure your radio is working. I'll be your dispatcher from here on out. I also wanted to give you a little heads up on your water situation. If you've all got full canteens, you should have enough water to reach the place where Ace died with plenty to spare. But if you're going to go exploring, you'll want to fill up again at any oasis you can find. Remember, your main priority is to recover the repeater units Ace was carrying. Once you've got the devices, you'll be headed to Ag Center and High Pool to install them. But we'll talk about that after you acquire the repeaters. We must, of course, bring Ace's killers to justice. But right now, that's secondary to discovering the location of that signal. It is vital that all teams stay in radio contact with me here at the base. We get distress calls from all over our jurisdiction and sometimes beyond. Towns or farms or mines being attacked by raiders, mutant beasts, what have you. Until now, Woodson's been our dispatcher. But Ace's death made me realize I've spent too many years in my office, walled off from the world, how it's changing. I need to know what's going on out there, and I figured the best way to do that is to start listening to the people's problems. So, I've decided that from now on, I'll be the one fielding calls and talking in your ear when you head out. Don't let that make you self-conscious or nothing. 10-4, Echo 1, carry on. Ranger Command out.
D'accord. tirer. Alors... Ah, c'est pas... Ah, pourquoi tu chouines, toi? Base de citadelle ici, écho 1. Nous sommes arrivés à destination.
When you reach the area where Ace's body was found, give it a good going over. The folks that picked him up said it looked like he crawled there. Maybe you can find some tracks leading to where he was attacked. Copy?
Copy.
10-4 Echo 1 and check in immediately with any new info. Those repeater units are a top priority.
did it end up way the hell over here?
Bah tout simplement, il s'est fait il s'est traîné.
I don't get shaken up easy. This place is sending shivers up my spine. God damn it, Ace. Why won't you let me come with you?
Y a un mec pas net là. Prenez le chemin de gauche pour éviter le péage. C'est quoi ça regarde rapide? Ok, 4, 5, 7. Il doit y avoir un raccourci pour la sauvegarde rapide quand même. Fin du tour. F9.
If you want to play in our backyard, you gotta pay. 15 scrap, or we'll break your faces. And my dog will eat your corpses.
Si vous voulez jouer dans notre arrière-cour, il va falloir payer 50 feuilles.
I got a job too, pal, collecting tolls from pukes like you. Now, are you going to pay up or not? Oh, really? Get 'em, boys!
Sniper. Dit que c'était lui qui jouait en premier. à la miss. Précision. Chance de toucher. Un poil mieux. Tiens.
Did he die quiet at least? Going down fighting. Damn it, Ace. Yeah, that's definitely Ace's handwriting. I'd recognize those chicken scratches anywhere.
10 août, je suis tombé sur un vendeur de nœuds de serpents des nomades du Ray. Il voulait la protection des rangers pour aller à sympa à lui de partager son eau, mais si seulement ce fils de pouvait la fermer.
So let me tell you Matthias's law, friends. Matthias's law is vengeance. And soon, Matthias's law will stretch all the way to Arizona and kill those so-called upholders of justice, the Desert Rangers.
Jambe en métal, une jambe artificielle dure et en métal, on dirait qu'elle n'est pas sortie indemne d'une rencontre avec un fusil à pompe. Ça vient de par là. Tellement de chemin. Oh! Là, je peux cette PA. tard. Embuscade. Les d'armes ou de l'autre sont des manières. Les modifications d'armes sont des accessoires que vous pouvez ajouter aux armes en votre possession et qui augmenteront leur capacité avec des bonus. Combien de chances de toucher. Pour modifier vos armes, vous aurez besoin d'un personnage. Pensez-en à la compétence fabrication d'armes, sélectionnez un accessoire. Ok. Les compétences de démontage vous permettent de démonter les armes inutilisées pour obtenir des pièces, lesquelles peuvent servir de mode pour les armes. Ok. Ok. Oups. Oh, 78. Les cadavres d'oiseaux et de souris à divers stades de mutilation étaient méticuleusement disposés autour de la statue du chat. Les membres et les demi-torses ont été placés avec précision rituelle. Pour un motif complexe. Ok. Qu'est-ce qu'ils me disent dans le butin, les rangers ou pas? Ouais. Et ça, c'est... Action, se mettre à couvert. Semi-automatique. Un peu moins de balles dans le chargeur. Pas compris ce qui s'est passé là. Rien.
Damn. Look at that thing. Looks like Ace gave as good as he got. I guess that's some consolation. Where the fuck did it come from? Never seen a robot so advanced before. Not even Max was that tricked out. That's Ace's gear, all right. What was this metal asshole planning to do with it? We should poke around the cave. Make sure he didn't drop nothing else. Looks like the robot only got one page of Ace's logbook. Don't say much. We should look around the area for more. Could be clues.
Cette page est presque entièrement recouverte de sang. Je sais qui est Mathias. Complètement maturé.
This is what killed him. Goddamn piece of... I'm glad he's killed this fucking thing, but I wish he was still alive so I could make it suffer.
Echo 1, go ahead. Got an update for me? What? Well, I'll be goddamned. We haven't seen any synthetics around for almost 15 years. We better get a closer look at the tech. Mir Captain might be able to tell us where it came from. See if you can grab a piece of it and bring it back to Mir Captain the next time you're at the Citadel. That is Mir Captain's fancy word for smart robots. She calls them synthetic life forms, or synths. Basically, any robot that can think for itself falls into the synth category. Plain old robots are dangerous enough. Ones that think for themselves are a nightmare. Good, but our priority is still those repeaters. Now that you have them, I'm sending you on to complete Ace's mission, which was to attach him to the most powerful towers in Arizona, so we can get a fix on that mystery signal. One tower is at High Pool, the other is at the Ag Center. Sending you the coordinates. High Pool is at the most southern and eastern corner of our jurisdiction. They're a vital part of the stable society we've been trying to build here in Arizona. They provide clean water to us and many other communities and farms, maintain an emergency reservoir in case of drought. See Mayor Vikstrom there about using their tower. He knows you're coming. Ag Center is due south of Ranger Citadel and very important to what we're trying to achieve. The researchers there are developing hardier plants and animals that will thrive in the harsh conditions of the waste. If it all pays off, we may see the day when nobody in Arizona goes hungry. Talk to Matt Forrestal about hooking up to their radio dish. Used to be one of us. Now he runs things down there. Matt's good people. They built their tower on top of an old crane. A bit unorthodox, but it gets great reception. Used to be part of an old satellite relay system, from what Woods is telling me. Strongest transmitter in Arizona. Roger, Echo 1. Ranger Command out.
Lorsque vous avez obtenu suffisamment d'expérience, plus j'ai l'expérience initiale.
Copy, Echo 1. This is Ranger Command. Go ahead. Over. Echo 1, your team's recent progress merits a number of field promotions. Congratulations, Echo 1. You've done well.
Gain des niveaux, vos soins de compétences dans l'écran de personnage. Ah! Ah d'accord, ça, oui. Oui. Euh... Vigilance. Ah. Toi. c'était ton dernier fois. Merde. C'était où ça?
Yeah, that's Ace's gear, all right. What was this metal asshole planning to do with it? We should poke around. Make sure he didn't drop nothing else.
Echo 1, go ahead. Well, that is Merkin. Good. But, High Pool, Mayor, Ag Center, Dr. Matt. They both used to be part of an old satellite. Roger, Echo 1. Copy, Echo 1. Yeah, congratulations, Echo 1.
Ah oui, je t'avais fait prendre un truc en force mode. Voilà. Toi. Ah, je vais te faire prendre vigilance malgré tout. Ah. Et toi, les brosses. Ah d'accord, explosif ça permet aussi de désamorcer. Bon, ah, c'est bien ça. Hop hop hop. Oui. Et voilà, je vais aller manger. Et c'est fun. Allez, bonne app, à plus.